Hey everybody, and welcome to Your Best Life with Itaha. My name is Itaha, and here we talk faith, we talk family, we talk fitness, and I also have 3 fantastic blogs. Where we talk faith, family, and fitness too. Now, on my faith blog, I talk about five permissions that you need to give yourself as you get older to build your best life. 5 permissions, and one of it is actually permission to set your sleeping, waking, and working hours. And I think I also talked about one of the permissions is actually to build your life without necessarily copying others. And I also talked more about it on my Stay Home Moms blog, which is my family blog. Linking all the posts down below where I share that you don't have to copy people. Now, this is really important because I personally, if you hear me talk about sleep, I talk about how you don't need to sleep for so long. I sleep for a short time, usually I sleep for like 4 hours and all, and I'm okay. But I've learned that that was not the best, really, that's not the healthiest habit for me. As I'm getting older, I'm incorporating more sleep to my life. And I'm not just doing it casually. So this is not a blog for if you want to be responsible and sleep anyhow. Look, God gives sleep, but I believe that the enemy, the devil, gives sleep, so you can oversleep. So this is not a license to be responsible and just sleep anyhow and say, hey, well, let me know I'm sleeping anyhow. No, this is for responsible people who are working on their lives. Now, you may not exactly have the life of your dreams yet, but you're working on it. You know, you don't have everything together, but you're making effort. So this is for you. If you're just feeling like, oh God, is it how my leader sleeps for 4 hours and me, I'm sleeping for longer, and you're feeling guilty about it, this video is about permission to build your life the way that you want. Now, what I'm learning as a leader is that you want to give people the right materials to build. Give them materials like, faith, godliness, right character, discipline, competence, mentoring. And then let's see what magic they build with their lives. Instead of making them copy us and do exactly what we want, I don't think that that's fair. As a leader, you have responsibility to live right, and also know that people are looking up to you for influence, and what you do, they're going to copy too. So you actually, for double reasons, for your own self and for the sake of the brethren who are looking up to you. So this is me backtracking on a couple of things I said before, where I'm like, oh, you shouldn't sleep for so long, and then I've even judged people for sleeping for long. This is me back because, hey, I've come into new wisdom, new knowledge, and I feel like, hey, let's give people permission to sleep longer. Again, it's not for responsible people. If you want to be responsible, then you can be responsible. I'm talking to people who are responsible and who just feel like, this thing is in her says, this thing my leader does. I can't do it, honestly. So here are 5 reasons why you want to sleep for 8 hours. And at the end, I will share why I don't sleep for 8 hours. Just keeping it real. Okay, number 1, man, know thyself. You need to know yourself. See, my husband's like so. My husband and I live in the same house, we're married, right? But I sleep for such short hours. My husband sleeps for long. He literally will sleep through the night. And he just knows himself. He wakes up, he works really hard. So he's like, I cannot be awake. I'm not going to give my best to work. And of course, he also eats healthy. We eat healthy in this home. Okay. So he says that if I don't sleep well, then I'm going to get to work. I'm going to be dozing off. I won't give my best to work there. So there's no need. So he's not copying me. And he's never even tried to copy me. He just does what he does. So you should know yourself. I have people who maybe I mentor them and they come and say, oh, I tried to sleep for 4 hours. I had migraine. I had headache. No. You can't do it. You sleep for 8, 9, 10 hours for, and now you want to just go to 4 hours because Itaha said that's how she sleeps. Don't copy people like so. And leaders, give people permission to build their own lives without necessarily copying. You're not the standard. Jesus is. So let's see what magic they and Jesus come up with. So don't just copy. Know yourself. Like I said, it may not even be your best self, but this is what you know about yourself, and you're still working on yourself. So as you work on yourself and get better, my sister, then you upgrade the knowledge that you have. But for now, this is what you know, that hey, I need 8 hours of sleep, I need 7 hours of sleep to function maximally, then by all means go for it. Sleep. Now, the second reason is if you maximize the remaining 16 hours, we have 24 hours. You sleep for 8 hours. 16 hours, if it's enough for you to do everything God wants you to do, you spend time with God, you're very good with your job, you're bettering yourself, personal development programs, you have leisure, you have time for your family and the relationships that matter to you, you're giving time to work, you're managing your time, but you're really starving distractions. I think 16 hours is enough for most of us to accomplish everything we want to accomplish. It's just that our time is spent full of distractions, so we just feel like, oh, let me now take time for my sleep. No, if you maximize those 16 hours and you do it well, and that's my own goal. I like to call it a smart life. That's the kind of life I'm building, where I can maximize the 16 hours. I know my green zone, where I'm optimally productive. I know my red zone, where I cannot do any major work. I know my yellow zone, which is the middle of both of them, and I'm maximizing all of them. If I'm done well with 16 hours, then I will go and sleep for 8 hours, and that's the life I'm building. I'm going to share why I don't sleep for 8 hours yet in my as we go on. But hey, if you maximize it, please sleep for 8 hours. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for sleeping that long. Now, the third reason you want to sleep for 8 hours is if, just almost opposite of that, if your being awake is not benefiting anybody, especially you. So if you say, how many hours do you sleep? I sleep for 4 hours, sleep for 5 hours. What are you doing awake? You're online in the night, you're checking Instagram, you're gisting, you're faffing around. My sister, drop that phone and drop that distraction and sleep. Sleeping will pay you better, because sometimes you get into all kinds of trouble at night because you're not sleeping. You're looking at people's lives, you're getting jealous, you're getting frustrated, you're feeling depressed. Sleep and get all of the health benefits of actually sleeping, instead of just making yourself feel sad and angry and depressed by looking at other people's lives. And I'm thinking of someone in university right now, that's just that picture I'm seeing, who people are not sleeping. You too, you say that to be awake, but at that night they're doing all kinds of heinous, bad activities. You're better off going to sleep. If you don't know what else to do, this is what your life looks like now. I don't really know what else to do with my time. Take that time and go and sleep. While you keep working on yourself, getting better knowledge, upgrading your life, then you can start to, maybe take a bit more time from your sleep. But my sister, if you don't know what else to do, if being awake is going to cost you trouble, you're just on Netflix, chilling, doing nothing, go and sleep. Sleep will pay you better. Now, number 4, if you're you just came out of a really high output season of your life, or maybe you find yourself in a low output season of your life, then you should sleep without guilt. For instance, I've come to a point where I've done a lot of creative processes, I've done a lot of, breathing things, and you're just taking a break. It's okay to take a couple of weeks and just sleep to refresh yourself. Some of our best ideas come after a good season of good night's sleep. So if you've exhausted your brain power doing a lot of work in a particularly long season, then take some time to sleep longer. Don't feel guilty about it. You're going to get back to all of that work soon. Or if you're in a low output season, you just know that I don't really know what else to do. I'm still understanding myself. So it's not better. You don't know what else to do. Then take that time and sleep. I'm not saying oversleep. Remember, I said this is for responsible people. Please, it's for responsible people. Don't just go and be sleeping anyhow. Please. But if you have really done well with your life and you want to take 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks to sleep longer, please, by all means, do it. Okay. And the final reason is, if you are in a job that actually requires a high level of attention, especially to details, then you want to sleep longer. I remember one of my friends came to me to take permission of something, and she's like, look, I have this particular job where I'm dealing with numbers and figures and I have to really, really be on point. And they actually give us time to sleep. So if I'm not well rested, I could make mistakes on job and it could really cause problems. I also think of people who are like pilots or doctors, surgeons and all. You don't want to come and you're sleeping off. So hey, if you're in that kind of vocation or profession, especially as a lifestyle, you have to really make time to sleep. You're saying awake is not going to pay anybody. So make time to sleep and don't feel guilty about it. Now, I've shared all of these reasons, right? Let me now share why I don't sleep for 8 hours. Number 1, I really do like to spend my nights with God. So I could sleep for 8 hours maybe, but I like to take 3 hours thereabouts and just spend with God. I really like to spend time with God when it's dark outside. I don't really like to be awake and people everybody's awake and there's just noise, light, everything. I like to take those times. So I don't mind taking off time for my sleep to spend time with God. Number 2 is I'm a family woman. I have kids, I have a family to serve. I don't have a help, so I can't just delegate things. I have to do it. So, and sometimes I have to go with the timings of my family. I run my business, so I can even determine my work times. However, I can't determine my family. My kids have to go to school, my husband has to go to work. So even if I choose to sleep longer, I can't, because I have to wake up and serve them. But I'm hoping that I'm building a smart life, my best kind of life, where as my kids get older, there's more independence, then I can sleep longer without guilt. Because guess what? I maximize the remaining 16 hours and I maximize it well. One of the things that makes us not sleep well and feel guilty about is that we are so distracted. Distracted with your phone, you're distracted with other people, distracted with social media. But if you really capture that, I'm not distracted by that. It's just that, hey, I don't mind spending time with God and I have a family to serve. For example, my YouTube videos, I have to shoot them in the dead of night. Literally have to shoot them all night because I shoot a couple of videos at the same time. So that takes away my sleeping time sometimes. So as I'm building this really smart life, I'm hoping that I get to a point where I can truly sleep for 8 hours at a stretch. But for now, I can't. But hey, if you fall into any of those categories, I need to sleep for 8 hours, please sleep for 8 hours. Hopefully, you have the right raw materials of wisdom and discipline and consistency and faith and godliness and good mentoring. Then build the life that you really love. Like I said, there are 2 blogs. 1, 5 permissions that you need to build your best life. And number 2, why we shouldn't copy. Stop copying. Build your life. Build your life. Build your best life. Okay, so which of these has really been like, oh my gosh, I can do this, or I've been doing these things? What part of what I said really resonated with you? You want to drop a comment? And if this really helped you and you feel like, hey, there's someone this could help too, you want to share with them, let's live our best lives together, because we can. You can love Jesus, you can serve Jesus, you can actually literally live the Matthew 11 code, which is the unforced rhythms of grace. not compromising anything that's important to you, and still not compromising rest. So we should talk more about sleep and rest, because I heard someone say napping is the new hustle. It was a pastor that said it. I thought that was really cool. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.